it's Jenny at Everyday Teacher Style, and today I've got a quick oven cleaning tutorial for you. The other day, it's over Christmas break, I had some extra time, and it's been bothering me that I haven't been able to clean between the glass on my oven, between the glass panes. And so I Googled it, and my manufacturer recommended taking a yardstick and wrapping around some microfiber cloth with some rubber bands and sticking it through these holes in the bottom after removing the door. I got it ready, but the cloth wouldn't fit through. I would have had to use paper towel or something really thin, and I was kind of nervous about getting something stuck up in there that I couldn't get out either. So I decided to take the glass apart. And today I'm going to show you how I did that, and I was able to get it really clean. Okay, so what you need some microfiber cloths. I prefer these to paper towels because they don't leave lint. You're going to need some glass cleaner. This is just some DIY glass cleaner that I made with some distilled white vinegar, rubbing alcohol, and water. I love the Cerama Bryte stovetop cleaner for my cooktop, and this is what I used on the inside of the door, not between the panes, but just on the inside of the oven to get that baked on stuff that I couldn't get with my regular cleaner. Along with the Cerama Bryte, I used a little razor blade tool that comes with it and a little rough kind of scouring pad that won't scratch the glass. And so I use those again on the inside of the door, not in between the panes. The thing that I didn't know I needed, but I'm glad that my husband happened to have, was a torx screwdriver. And he happened to have this socket screwdriver, and they're really old, you can see they're rusty. I found them in a drawer, and I found this head, and it is actually the one I needed to use the glass. So that's all you need to get started. So here's how to do it. I'll talk about cleaning the oven too while I do this. So I ran the self-cleaning cycle first to get the whole oven clean, and I know that can kind of release some toxic, smoke, crud, whatever. But I did that, and I let it sit overnight, and then I used vinegar and water to clean out just the inside of the stove. So that's how I got that clean. I put these things in the bathtub just with some Dawn degreaser and washed them up really well. So I got all that, but then I still wasn't happy because I couldn't get the glass clean. So, okay, here we go. You're going to open up your oven door. And this might be different depending on what model you have. I have just a GE ceramic cooktop. There are these hinges down here that hold the door on. You're going to lift them up, and that unlocks the door so that you can remove it. You can see that. I'll take some close-up pictures a little later too and throw them down. All right, so then you want to be really careful when you do this. It helps if you have two people so you don't break the door. It's kind of heavy. You're going to put it up. Mine recommends putting it up at a 75-degree angle, and then you can just pull it out. I like to have my hands down low so I can get good balance. I have 4 stools set up right here with a towel on them so that it wouldn't scratch the door. And so this is where I'm going to do this. I'm going to scoot it this way a little bit too, actually, so it's flat. There we go. All right, so I'm going to use my little torx screw, and these 2 screws at the top are the only ones that I took off. I actually experimented with taking these screws off, and that didn't really do anything, and it was kind of making things more complicated than I wanted it to. So it's pretty simple with the right tool. Just take it out. I took the washers out too, although I guess you wouldn't really need to. I just took the washers out so I wouldn't lose them the first time. I've only done this once. This is the second time. So, oops. Take those out and set them over here. And then I'm going to get the other side. Uh-oh. You might want to have a screwdriver, not a socket, or maybe a magnetic one. This one keeps falling out, but it worked. So take that out. And I'm going to set that aside too. Okay, and then in between the glass panes, there weren't dribbles, there weren't drips, there were crumbs, and it was lint. It was like a bunch of lint in there, because the holes up in the top here weren't that big for stuff to get in there anyway. So now this kind of hurts your fingers a little bit. You can wear gloves, or you can use maybe a wooden spoon or something to lift it. You're going to just open it. You don't have to open it all the way, just enough to get your arms in there, and dust. So I use the microfiber cloth first. Now my glass is clean right now because I just cleaned it the other day, but I had all kinds of crud coming out of here. Mostly crumbs and lint, like I said, like dog hair I think was in there, all kinds of stuff. So once you do that, and then I'm going to drop it back down here. Then I took a clean microfiber cloth, not the one I got all the crud out with, and I just took my glass cleaner, sprayed it on the microfiber cloth, and then I just wiped the glass in between, and that's basically what got it so clean on both sides. So I did the top side, did the bottom side, and you get the idea. Like I said, it's clean right now because I just cleaned it the other day. So then close it back up. And if you have baked on stuff on the inside of the glass, this panel right here was really bad when I did it the first time. I took the Cerama Bryte. You want to be careful because it's glass, so you don't want to break it. Gosh. I just used a little bit of the Cerama Bryte and scrubbed, you know, the areas that needed it. Actually, I've used this for a couple days and I can already see a few places. And then if there is any of that really baked on stuff that this doesn't get, you can very carefully just kind of scrape over it with the razor blade like that, and that will get it clean. And then after that, you can you can polish it up with the microfiber cloth, get that clean. And then if you want to too, you can go ahead and take some more of that glass cleaner, you know, once you got the Cerama Bryte off of it, and just go over with the glass cleaner to just really shine it up and polish it up nice. There. And that is it. Then we go to put it back on, and you got to be careful. There are these two guides for the screws, and mine keep tipping over. So you want to make sure those guides are there. Then close this panel back up. See, I've blocked the guide. Got to be able to get the hole, screw in the hole. And then you just put the screws back in. Oops. Now this guide's off. And one thing you can do to make sure you're getting it in the guides is just drop the screw in there while you've got it open so you can see what you're doing. There. Oh, whoops. Okay. And then screw those back in. Tight. Alright. Make sure it's all back together. And then we just need to put it back on the oven. So again, you're going to carefully lift it with your hands. If you're doing it by yourself, have your hands lower down to the bottom so that it's not off balance. You're going to get it to that 75-degree angle, if it's like mine. And you're going to make sure that both sides are in. Open it back down. Whoops, I don't have mine in. Okay, 75-degree angle. Put it all the way down. Lock those two hinges back into place. Voila! And I will throw a couple links up. I can give you my recipe for the cleaner. I'll put some links up for some screws that will work, torx screws. And then I'll throw a link for some Cerama Bryte too. I love how it cleans the cooktop. But basically, as you can see, and I'll put some pictures, I'll do a blog post too. My stove is 8 or 9 years old and it has never looked this good in the window. I was so excited I was able to get it clean, and it really wasn't that hard. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. That's it. Bye-bye.